Well, hello there, everyone. My name is Terry Michael Zogo. I'm here at Iona University, which recently became a university, and teaching my first course of United Nation courses. It's very interesting in teaching this summer camp at the Iona University, talking to diverse students from different backgrounds, and most of them are Italian. And I always tell my students that history is not used to open old wounds and old scars, right? Because we all have history, one way or the other, or memories that hurt us. The key to history is to actually simply use the past to do better. And this is why I love teaching this course, because the history of the United Nations comes from a certain foundation. What are the foundations of the United Nations? Have they been successful? Are the sustainable goals that they have put in place for us achievable? Is that possible? Those are the questions that need to be asked. Because a lot of us just think in general, like, yeah, in 2030, this might happen. But today, I watched with my students a video where the goals of 2030 aren't achievable. Why? Because they had the same goals for 2015. And the main problem to that are the foundations. What are the foundations of the United Nations like? What was there before the United Nations? You see, I said we learn from history so we don't repeat ourselves, repeat the same mistakes. But it seems as if the United Nations is repeating the same mistakes from its predecessor, its older brother, which is the League of Nations. Now, for those who may not know, the League of Nations was created after the First World War. The world was just so devastated by everything that had happened that they started wondering, how can we stop this from happening? How can we stop having a second world war? And they said in 1923, let's create the League of Nations. A lot of countries joined. The United States did not, for diverse reasons. We're not going to get into that. Having said that, the United League of Nations happened. But eventually, it crumbled. As we have Italy with Benito Mussolini, who decided to invade Ethiopia, Germany getting out the League of Nations, invading Poland and other countries, and Japan also followed. And then we had the allies against these other countries. And then we had the Second World War. That ends, and eventually we have the creation of the United Nations in 1945, which is eventually to stop repeating history. But where are we today? After so many years of the World War ending, we're still thinking and wondering that have we moved forward? Yes, there have been some evolutions, but we still had the genocide of Rwanda. We still had the war in Iraq, Afghanistan, all these massacres, these people who are so-called leading our world. What are they doing wrong that we haven't been able to move forward? We have dictators going at the National Assembly, the United Nations meetings every year, saying that they're doing the best for their population. And yet Earth is rich, but the richest countries are poor. Again, what are the foundations? And this is what we get into through the rest of the week. Why has the United Nations succeeded or not? What are your foundations? Because your foundations make you who you are. Again, I'm Terry Zogo. I will be posting videos throughout this week on why the UN hasn't been able to evolve. What is this course about? Is it just to talk about the United Nations, or we have to do some constructive criticism where we pick up what has been done and acknowledge it when it hasn't been done? How do we fix it? Thank you for spending the time with me, and I will see you tomorrow. God bless.